After leaving Dr. Pineda's office, we head across campus to meet with former Tucson and El Paso Sector Chief Victor Manjarrez, a native Tucsonan who retired from the Border Patrol after serving for more than 20 years. Our discussion begins with how his views about border security have evolved over time.
When I'm looking at border security, my biggest challenge when I was in the Border Patrol was getting a clear definition of what effective border security is. On that, I can't tell you how many congressmen and senators I would ask that question. They'd say, secure the border, chief. And I'd say, well, what does success look like to you? If I could go back with a magic wand, I would start off with a clear definition of what success looks like. On that, but I think success anyways is going to look at a combination of personnel, tactical infrastructure, and tactical infrastructure can be from roads to border fences to border barriers to access roads, things of that nature, and technology.
We were in Yuma recently when a group of Central Americans very easily crossed into the U.S. and requested asylum. Do you suppose that there are areas that do not have a barrier that put the U.S. in a dangerous spot or at a threat level because anybody could theoretically walk in?
I do. I think there's certain areas. I certainly wouldn't propose that it's 2,000 miles of nearly southern border. I think it's looking at the urban areas that are not covered by some kind of barrier. Again, there's a misperception that of a barrier goes, well, it's going to stop everyone. It really isn't. It's not designed to do that. What it's designed to do is to give law enforcement the opportunity actually to provide an effective law enforcement response.
Given your experience and what you do now, do you have a solution that you think would make everyone happy, or mostly everyone happy?
I don't know if there's a solution that would make everyone happy, because what I've learned about border security or anything about border, it's so polarizing, especially in the last 30 years. It's either far right, far left, very few in the middle, and then the sides flip. It doesn't take long, a decade, and they flip. But I think when you're looking at border security, you're looking at what's going on now, because I do believe what's going on right now is a humanitarian crisis on that with the people seeking asylum and things of that nature. But I think there are three different legislative and judicial policies that are having a big effect on what we're seeing now. Part of that magic wand, I would actually look at our criteria for asylum, looking at that threshold. I would also look at what's referred to as a floater settlement, because that has an impact with the unaccompanied children. And I also look at the Victims Trafficking Act. And I know that's not the right title of the other one because it's longer than that. But those three, if we're revisited and looked at, we could actually have a big impact on what's occurring on the border now, which I think would allow us to have a better conversation nationally of what we should be doing for border security.